Hello again, guys. Today's lesson is about mass. What is mass? We're gonna work on pages 354 and 355. Very good question. What is mass? For this question, let's watch this video.
Those objects you just looked at are made up of matter because they all take up space. When you sorted the objects, you use their physical properties. Mass is the amount of matter in an object. It is a physical property that can be measured. You use a balance to measure mass. Click on image to find out more. Let's click. Look, a computer is made up of matter, so it has mass. The mass of this computer is 10 kilograms. Let's click on the ball. The mass of this volleyball tells us how much matter it has. The mass of the volleyball is 600 grams. And how much matter is in this toy car? Let's look at the mass. The mass is 1 kilogram. And the mass of the beaker and the matter inside is just 400 grams.
Very good. So let's review this answer. The mass of an object is the amount of matter or stuff in the object, and it is very closely tied to its weight. The more stuff in an object, the more mass it has, and the more it weighs. So one more time, read it to understand the meaning of the mass. The mass of an object is the amount of matter or stuff in the object, and it is very closely tied to its weight. The mass of objects is one of the properties that scientists measure. But before we discuss how to measure mass, let us look at what mass means and how it is related to weight. Look at this dog. Guys, I love dog. Look at this Great Dane. And look at this Chihuahua. It's hard to pronounce. Chihuahua. This is Great Dane, weighs more than the Chihuahua. It has more mass. So more matter in its body. And look at this beautiful photo. Who has more mass? Winnie the Pooh and friends, or the elephant? I love Pooh. Winnie the Pooh or the elephant? Of course, the mass of elephant is more. The elephant has more mass than Winnie the Pooh and friends. The side of the teeter-totter with the elephant, who has more mass, goes down, and the side with Winnie and friends with less mass goes up. Look at this young man and woman sitting on the teeter-totter. On the teeter-totter, they balance. It means the mass in their body are the same, and they have balance of their mass. Here, who has more mass? Linus or Charlie Brown? Who has more mass? Of course, Charlie Brown has more mass. And what has more mass here? The donut or the apple? You answer. Let's review what we've learned about the mass of an object. First, what is mass? Mass is how much matter or stuff is inside something. And how are mass and waves related to each other? The more stuff inside of an object, the more mass it has and more it weighs. So, how are mass and waves different from one another? The mass of an object stays at the same, but the object's weight can change. The reason something's weight can change is that weight depends on gravity. Yes, gravity. Guys, have you ever paid attention why we are just attached and stick to the earth and or ground while we are walking, and the things around us are not floating in the air because of the earth gravity? Let me tell you more about it. Things, including people, weigh less on the moon than they do on earth because the moon has less gravity than earth. Like this boy. This boy weighs 60 pounds on earth. He's a stick on the earth, he weighs 60 pounds. But, so funny, on the moon he would weigh only 10 pounds because of gravity. Because the moon has 1/6 as much gravity as earth. His weight has changed. So, his mass, the amount of stuff inside of him, stays the same. The mass of an object is measured with a tool called a balance scale. Alright? The mass of an object is measured with a tool called a balance scale. And an object's mass is measured in units called grams, and we show it by G in the parentheses for smaller objects like this, and for larger objects we use kilograms and we use by kg. In the lab we use pieces of brass or plastic marked with their mass as a standard unit of mass. Look at these masses. We show these brasses by 1G, which is 1 gram, 5G, 5 gram, 10G, 10 gram, 20G, 20 gram, 30 gram, 50 gram, 100 gram, 200 gram, and 500 gram. Alright, now come to your book and let's measure it. We use a pan balance to measure mass. The pan balance measures mass in grams. The pan balance measures mass in grams. How can you measure the mass of the content of a bucket? Find the mass. You have to use math. Alright, this is 10 gram. So the mass of the container alone is 10 gram. And then it says find the mass of the container plus content. These are content we put inside. It is balance. It is how much? 50, 60, 70, 80, 85 gram. So container plus content is 85 gram. Now you subtract to find the mass of the content because the bucket was 10 gram, and now how much content is inside this that we have 85 gram. Well, mass of the container plus content is 85 gram. Now we subtract it by the mass of the container, which is 10 gram. Now the mass of the content inside the bucket is 75 gram. Perfect. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. Take care. Bye bye.